I want to welcome you to our question to ponder. Every week, we're looking at another question during this time of challenge and difficulty and people having to stay at home. I think it's good that we ponder certain questions. You know, questions are the heart of learning. Socrates lived almost 500 years before Christ, and he's the father of Western philosophy. He developed a style of education that we use even today. Many of our finest professors, the Socratic method. The idea is that you ask questions of your students. When they respond, you ask another question, a deeper question. When they respond, you ask another question. The goal is developing critical thinkers. Really, the mark of an educated man or woman is the ability to think critically. I would encourage you not to believe everything you read, everything you hear. Think deeply, ask questions, and come to valid answers. The Bible is full of questions, and we're going to go to a question today. It's found in the book of Exodus chapter 17. The context before the question is, children of Israel are in the wilderness, in the desert. Moses is their leader, and the people are thirsty. Now, God has miraculously delivered them from slavery after more than 200 years in Egypt, and Moses has been his anointed leader. But every time there was a problem, they complained. Human nature hasn't changed very much. So here they are, they're thirsty. And they say to Moses, give us water or we're going to die. Did you bring us out here to die? And they even were going to stone him to death. So he goes to God and says, God, what am I going to do? These people even talking about killing me. It's not easy to be a leader. And one of the things that you may learn if you're a leader is what Moses learned. People can be fickle. He was their hero when he delivered them, but now they want to stone him to death because he's not giving them what they want. He cries out to God. God said, come on with me, bring some of the leaders here. There's a rock over there. I want you to strike the rock. And he did, and water came out, and they were saved. But the people asked a question that really made God angry. They said this in chapter 17, about 8 verses in, is the Lord with us or not? Is the Lord with us or not? You know, God is often the universal scapegoat. When things aren't going well, or we don't understand, or a crisis has come, if we don't know who to blame, people often blame God. We're going through a global crisis right now, and some may be asking, is God with us or not? If you're asking that question, listen to me. On 9/11, America was attacked. Both of the Twin Towers fell. Our Pentagon was attacked, and possibly the White House or Capitol would have been if brave men hadn't taken down a plane before it could get to that target. A day or so later, Larry King Live brought on Anne Graham Lotz, the daughter of the great evangelist Billy Graham, who just passed away in the last year. And he asked her a question, probably thinking he was very clever. He said, well, Anne, America is supposed to be a Christian nation. It says on our currency, in God we trust. Where was God on 9/11? And without missing a beat, Anne Graham Lotz said something to this effect. She said, Larry, are we talking about the same God who was expelled from our public schools in 1962? We can no longer pray with our children. We can't read the Bible in our public schools. Is it the same God that in the 1980s and 90s we kicked out of the courthouse because we no longer can have the 10 Commandments on the wall as we historically have? Is it the same God who we have mocked, who we have disobeyed, who we have turned away from and secularized as a culture? We won't even let the creche out there on Christmas with baby Jesus in front of our courthouses around. Is that the God that you're questioning? Let me tell you where he was on 9/11. He was in the towers with those who were terrified. He was comforting families who were looking for loved ones. You see, wherever there's pain, wherever there's fear, when people cry out to God, that's where you will find him. So as they cried out with Moses, is the Lord with us or is he not? I'm going to give you the answer today during the coronavirus. Is God with us or not? Yes, he is. God is here. And if you will cry out to him for comfort, for guidance, for provision, here's what I know. My God shall supply all of your needs according to his riches and glory by Christ Jesus. On this day, the question to ponder, is God with us or not? The answer to embrace, yes, he is, as he's always been. God bless you. Be strong.